Welcome back to Soil Stories, fellow gardeners. Let me ask you something that, honestly, completely changed the way I look at my garden. How can something that grows this fast, feeds the soil this well, and costs absolutely nothing be dismissed as a weed? I'm talking about a plant many of us pull out, skim off, or curse at without a second thought. A plant that can double its mass in as little as 3 days under the right conditions. A plant rich in nutrients, capable of replacing synthetic fertilizer, rebuilding tired soil, and closing nutrient loops naturally. And yet, we still call it a weed. Today, I want to slow down with you and tell the real story behind this misunderstood plant, why it behaves the way it does, and how you can turn it from a problem into one of the most powerful allies in your garden. Somewhere along the line, gardening culture decided that fast-growing plants were, well, kind of suspicious. If a plant spreads quickly, self-propagates easily, and shows up uninvited, it gets labeled a weed almost instantly. But in nature, speed is not a flaw. Speed is a survival strategy. Synthetic fertilizers deliver nutrients fast, but they do nothing for soil life. They don't build structure. They don't improve microbial diversity. They don't increase water retention. In many cases, they do the opposite. Let's be honest for a moment. Most gardeners don't hate this plant because it's useless. They hate it because they don't control it. Here's where things get practical, because Soil Stories is about real gardens, not theory. When you harvest this plant every few days, you're removing nutrients from wherever it's growing and relocating them to where you want growth. That might be vegetable beds, fruit trees, compost piles, or even seed starting mixes. Fresh, it works beautifully as a mulch. Slightly dried, it becomes an excellent compost accelerator. Fully composted, it creates rich, balanced humus. Some gardeners even steep it briefly in water to create a mild biological plant feed, not a harsh fertilizer, but a living tonic. The key is consistency. Small harvests, done often, keep growth balanced and productive. This plant forces us to rethink what good and bad really mean in the garden. Nature doesn't create useless organisms, it creates specialists. This one specializes in speed, capture, and conversion. It cleans, concentrates, and redistributes nutrients faster than almost anything else you can grow. When we call it a weed, what we're really saying is, I don't yet know how to use you. Once you do, everything changes. I've seen gardeners go from constantly buying fertilizer to producing their own in a matter of weeks, simply by working with this plant instead of against it. I've seen tired soils recover, yields increase, and inputs drop dramatically. And the best part? It doesn't demand perfection. It doesn't need expensive tools. It doesn't require special knowledge. It just asks that you pay attention. Gardening isn't about domination. It's about relationship. This is exactly why I started Soil Stories. Not to chase trends, but to uncover forgotten truths hiding in plain sight. The most powerful solutions are often the ones we've been taught to ignore. If a plant doubles every 3 days, feeds the soil, and asks nothing in return, maybe the problem isn't the plant. Maybe it's the label we gave it. Next time you see this fast-growing weed, don't rush to destroy it. Watch it, learn from it, harvest it with intention. Let it show you how fertility really works. Because once you understand that weeds are often just misunderstood teachers, your garden will never look the same again. If this story resonated with you, make sure to subscribe to Soil Stories, share this with a fellow gardener, and keep growing knowledge as deeply as you grow food.